Kevin, Scotty Gomez. Want to take this time and wish you luck and the captains of the 239 Hockey Xbox League. I guess that's what you guys are in. So I think these are some of the names. GL to Devs, Odd, Cabs, Dangles, Knife, Pale, Tommy, Ziggy, D-Mart, Shoddy, Cougs, Gala, plus the players on the draft. And SZN. No fucking clue what I just said. I imagine you guys are playing video games. So hopefully you guys get out a couple times, get some exercise, a little fresh air, not just sit in front of the Xbox. But like I said, the Hockey League 239. We need a big year from all you guys. Let's not what's the word for it? I don't know if that's even right because I don't know if there's anyway. But let's have a good year. Give it your all. Give it your best. When you think of Xbox, think of life. Think of love. Think of there's no tomorrow, no retreat, no surrender at the Xbox League 239. So all the best, boys and girls. If you're playing, it's a new season. Dreams do come true. And like I said, make sure you get outside a couple times. Just don't stay and play video games all the time. All right, guys. All the best. Bye.
So, by request, shout out to Johnny Bales. Now, I do know how to pronounce Bales because Mike Bales was a goaltender for, I do believe, for both Ottawa as well as Boston back in the day. I remember the names much better from 20, 30 years ago than now. Stick taps to the admins. Good luck to all the captains who are apparently Cougar, D-Mart, D-Vets, Gala, Caberlet, Knife, Shoddy, Odd, Tommy, Dangles, and Ziggy. So all the best to you guys. Hope that everything goes well for you. And yeah, online hockey leagues. It's a good idea. I think everything went online during 2020, didn't it? Thankfully, I was way ahead of the game. The whole YouTube thing helped me out because I'm like, I'm already online. I didn't need to change anything. I just needed to stay socially distanced from myself. It's a complicated process. It's also kind of a painful process. Anyways, all the best to you guys. Best of luck and take care.
All right, 239 Hockey Xbox League. You know, another season has come to a fucking end. You know, everyone here keeps playing the same terrible shit game put out by EA Sports, who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with hockey. I mean, they truly don't understand hockey. But yet, every year they come back, and hopefully one year, the 239 Hockey will make online hockey great again. You know, this league has been around for 29 fucking years. You know, we got Yambag, the founder, who hasn't done jack shit in 28 seasons. You know, he must be a fucking Maple Leafs fan, because that's the Maple Leafs. You know, that's what he is. He's a Yambag is a Maple Leaf. I mean, they haven't been to the Stanley Cup final now in almost 60 years. I mean, not since there was only 6 teams in the league. I mean, that's a joke. You know, and the amends, they just keep fucking around. I mean, do something already. I mean, Gala needs to be fucking banned because Gala doesn't shut the fuck up in Discord chat, and he's always fucking trolling. He's a fucking spammer who is fucking feeble and driving everyone nuts, and he needs to be out the fucking league. But no, the admins do nothing. Then we got Johnny Bales, the media king. You know, he can't find a mute button when he's fucking coughing or snorting fucking God knows what. And then we got Mr. Hollywood. All his fucking food photos are gray and nasty. You know, it just fucking is ridiculous. I mean, seriously, what the fuck are you eating? I mean, fuck. And we know it's time to free Veds. Hashtag free Veds.
I know you guys did an awesome job this season on Into the Crease. You provided play-by-play, live interviews for the Hockey League, 239hockey.net. And I just want to say hi to everyone. Brick for Vezina. I guess he deserves it. All right, take care of yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 239 Hockey for Sunday night. We're coming to you guys here live. It's post week 1 here of season 28, and a lot has transpired over just this 1 week here. We're talking about emo meltdowns. We're talking about rule ones handed out, trades transpiring. Jambak curse has been lifted. All that and more here tonight. We'll go over all the scores, the standings, where each team's lie. We have the team of the week, your top 5 rankings for each position, and a whole lot more here on this Sunday broadcast. And as advertised, as I told you guys here, I'm bringing the man, the pioneer, the guy who started 239 Media here. Listen, Mr. Hollywood has had a solid run, but when Mr. Hollywood actually took off, when the media actually took off, it's because of this man right here. I'm talking about Giant 918 back here at the 239 Media. First of all, Giant Man, happy Father's Day on here. It's Sunday. Hope you had a well time, and thank you for joining us here. I know a lot of guys in the 239 community appreciate for you taking your time to be here on this Sunday night, brother.
www.239hockey.net. Follow us on Twitter at 239hockey. Happy Father's Day to all the good fathers out there. Want to give a big shout out, especially to you, Mr. Hollywood. I don't know how you could handle it yourself. 3 kids. I'm losing my mind with just 2 of them. It's absolutely out of control. But I'm pumped up for all the dads out there. So happy Father's Day to all of you. It's not only that, Hollywood. This isn't season 1. This isn't season 10. This isn't even season 20. Guys, this is season number 28. And as Hollywood has already described, they're already emo meltdowns over here, a crisis within ISIS, lots of things happening over here. Want to give a quick shout out to Drug Monkey as well and Yambag as well. Shout out to all the guys who step it up over here for the 239 Media as well, and responsible for some of the production over here, guys. It's really exciting. I'll be honest with you, though, Hollywood. I was not too excited with Frank the Tank, and I'm just hopeful that we didn't have to lose too much money over that absolutely disgraceful recording by Frank the Tank, Hollywood.
Oh, man, shots fired by Giant here. Start the broadcast off. Yeah, Frank the Tank coming with a promo here for this broadcast here tonight. He definitely took a lot of shots at our colleague partner there at Yambak and a couple guys here in the league. But the man is a loose cannon. But here we are, man. Here we are, 239 community, Sunday night. We've got a lot to cover here as far as what has happened, what has transpired here tonight on this, and we'll go all over that here tonight. So let's start things off, man. Let's start things off. I do have a bunch of slides on here. I'm going to go over real quickly the scores here. To start off Monday night, June the 12th. Married to a Children, led there by Odd Guy, taking on Jimmy's Pizza, Lemansky, and these games were all tight. All 3 of them ended up going to overtime, but Odd Guy with Married with Children end up taking all 3 here, so they go perfect 3-0. I know Float came up big. Float has come back here to 239 with the overtime winners. And Rocky Dangles just absolutely ripped it here. Also, the debut of Daly into 239. I mean, this guy pulled up a tremendous performance there in net. And they take all 3. Despite Jimmy's Pizza losing all 3, they do come out with 3 points here in this series. So it wasn't a terrible night, but, nonetheless, they lost all 3, though. So if this happens in the playoffs, it won't be a good sign for her. So, but it was opening night here. Things happen. I did have Lemansky's squad ranked up there, I believe in the top 3 of my rankings. But, these guys could have won either way. So, overtime. But that night, Married with Children, Esoteric back in the league as well here for Married with Children. these guys dominated with Yambag, Odd Guy. They just came out looking real good, man. Real good. So that was one of the series of that night. And, with Daly, the goaltender, he was huge in the draft. Everybody was after him, and he did not disappoint at all. I will just give a quick shout out here, Drug Monkey in the chat, and also Fanoff in there. How do I get into 239? Simple, man. Giant, where's the plug for the 239 website, man?
Listen, guys, it's www.239hockey.net. It's very simplistic. You see a button over there in the link where you can sign up for the league. It's that. Just sign up for the website and, sign up for waivers right now. We just started a new season. We already briefly described that one of the draftees already had to get Rule 1. So things are happening all the time. Somebody can't make it or whatever, and it's very possible that you could get on a squad very soon. And we're not messing around over here. Like I said earlier as well, this is season 28, guys. So things are happening.
Giant, I got you flipped for some reason. I don't know why, man. There you go.
Let me do it this way, then.
Yeah, that's fine. We're good with that on there, man. Now the series I was looking forward to was the second one. It's opening night on here. Giant, let me just fill you in on what happened here. Our good partner Tomahawk, you've known Tomahawk for years on here. 239. So he's a captain. He usually steps up as a captain. When 239 needs a captain to go in there, Tomahawk's always there for the league. He's been there for the league, man. But here's what happened in the draft, man. I thought Tommy's draft actually was not bad. He was picking up some good talent for very good price. He picked up a lot of part-timers, but what happened is towards the end of the draft, or towards the later part of that draft, he was noticing, he's like, wait a second, man. I got a problem here because of the signups of where these guys are placed, on what they had on their signups, and how he was going to have to juggle this roster around. Because when you draft a lot of part-time guys, Giant, you're going to need two separate lineups, man, on that. Absolutely.
Without question, you can't have a whole team of part-timers. So, seriously, your roster is going to probably be 8 or 9 guys, right?
Right. Well, here's the thing. I mean, you have two separate rosters, and the other part on there. So now he's thinking, he's looking at the signups. Some guys sign up only for defense or only for forward. So you also got to juggle that part as far as, where you place guys. And sometimes you may have to rotate and put guys on position that you necessarily didn't want to put. So Tommy noticed that on there, while he's making the draft. He noticed that. And then Wizzy War, another captain on the other side for Thirsty Trap on there. Through I don't know who contacted who. Maybe guys in the chat know. But a trade went down. And while the draft's going, I assume the draft was still going. Guys were still picking up guys like off the waivers. It was towards the end. But on draft night itself, man, a trade happening in 239. I never heard or saw anything like this before, Giant. We've called so many drafts in the past on there.
Yeah.
But a trade happening on draft itself. Listen, you draft guys in the draft, man. You knew something, like you liked something about this guy, man. You wanted to pick this guy for a reason, right? To not even practice, not to even go and step on the ice or message the guys, you throw a trade out, man. What do you think about that, Tommy? On there making the trade right off the bat, where the draft was not even done, man. He went ahead and did that, man.
Some people take risks. They like to take risks. They're risk takers, and essentially it's risk reward. But based on what you said for the first series, it doesn't like it worked out too well so far, Hollywood. So he might need a different strategy over here. It might be too late. So he might have to make some more trades at this point. I don't know. What do you think?
We'll get into those scores on here. So basically what it was, he took, it was a 2-for-1 deal on there. So Tommy ended up sending two guys over to Wizzy squad for one. You know, he ended up getting Barrett on there. Now Barrett has been a solid player. He does play forward and defense, and maybe that's the reason why, because he could play some, at multiple spots. And he gave up Divac, solid defenseman, and also Chum Lee was a tremendous scoring machine on there.
Yeah,
Now,
Chum Lee certainly is.
So guys took part of this, especially our guy we know here for many years, Drug Monkey himself, man, came in, I think it was like early in the morning or right after the draft, man, and just absolutely blasted Tommy on the trade. Now, he wasn't pissed mainly of who Tommy got, on this, because Tommy wanted to improve his roster. But the problem here he had, and I think a lot other people as well, was what he did as far as improving Wizzy War's squad, giving up those two on there, because it really helped because Wizzy War had a decent draft, I thought, at that point. And then now when this trade happened, he ended up getting these two. I think it significantly improved him, man. And so that's where the problem lied, you know what I mean? So Tommy creates his team. He calls the team ISIS on here. I don't know what the hell it stands for, intellectual security or something like that. Johnny Bales doesn't even want to mention the team name on his stream because of the FBI or whatever, or get into all here, Giant, man. What do you think about that, man?
I mean, I don't know. That might be a little bit excessive, but I wouldn't be shocked if the feds are watching a video game league or whatever. Only Tommy would know, but it's very concerning that, and I don't think these guys go around and blasting somebody for a trade unless they legit think it's an absolute disaster, and that appears to be the case for Tommy. And I just hope he just gets it together. What else can you say? I hope he gets it together.
So what was crazy though, and then the schedule that was put up on here. Now, schedule was generally random. They figured it out to accommodate the dates and stuff with the captains on there.
Yeah.
But then Drug Monkey, who's part of It Wasn't Me, led there by Scary Terry, a.k.a. Flaming Dragon. You guys might know. So he leads it. And they play each other on opening night, you know what I mean? So all that shit talk, man, before the season. So they start up. So as far as these scores on that night, man, It Wasn't Me takes game 1, 3-2. Close battle. It was tied up till the third. And then finally, I forgot who got the game winner, but they get the game winner in that third period, and they take game 1. Now, games 2 and 3 both go into overtime. It Wasn't Me takes all 3. They win both of the overtime games, so they go perfect 3-0 on here. Tommy loses all 3 here for ISIS. They do come up with 2 points because of the overtime losses here.
Right.
But it's not only that. What I saw here in this series, what I think really crippled this ISIS team, game 2. They had a 2-goal lead in that game, man. They gave up a 2-goal lead, and then what also transpired in that second game, late in the third period, was one of the weirdest goals that I've seen. One of the dudes, I think it was Trey, took it behind the net, where he pulls up a slap shot behind the net, which has like no percentage of going in on here, but it ends up hitting. I think. Who the hell? Mr. Anderson, I believe, or somebody was in front of the net there. It hit it off him, and then when it goes in the net, they tie it up with like 30 seconds to send it to overtime, and end up winning it. 5-4 is the final on there. Now you could look at that. Drug saying it hit off his neck on there. If it makes things worse. The highlights in the highlights section of the 239 chat, if you guys want to see it.
Absolutely devastating. Absolutely devastating. Just to get the tie goal and hit it against a defenseman or something like that. It's almost unheard of.
Yeah, and so the way it went in, and they win it 5-4. Game 3 is not much different on here. Now, I said they had a 2-goal lead, Giant, in game number 2 on there. Now, you could cry all about it, EA, all this, EA, all that, man. You had a 2-goal lead, man. I don't want to hear it, man. Sure. I don't want to hear it.
I agree.
You had the lead on there. So, yes, plays do happen on there. But you got to close it out, Giant, man. You got to close out the series. They did not. Game 3, even worse. They had a 3-goal lead on there, and it crumbles again, goes to overtime, and they lose that. So they got to figure a way here to finish the games, man. You cannot be giving up 2-goal leads and
Devastating.
3-goal leads, despite what
Sure.
EA may do on the games, man. I mean, we know how this game sucks, man. We know what could happen in this game. It's online hockey. It's online video game. You know, anything could happen. And them getting swept on there. So maybe Drogo's right, man. Maybe Drogo's right there on opening night. That's what transpired. And the last series, the Cocaine Care Bears, led there by Big C, taking on Ratterley, a.k.a. Cabs.
Lots of edgy names, edgy team names. I haven't seen this in quite some time, Hollywood. I'm pretty impressed.
You know what?
As a
There's been
whole.
a lot of talk in the Discord where people are saying that they're not, man. They don't like the team names. They don't think they're as creative as once in the past. But I don't know, man. I think they're.
All right, well, tell them to send us some creative names, as in the past. Really, when they get a chance. I mean, really, Cocaine Care Bears. I mean, that's unbelievable.
I think so too, man. I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's very not PC at all. So it's fascinating to hear that name. You know.
Absolutely. So I mean, game one, win or retire, take it 4-3. But then Care Bears there bounce back game two, win it 4-2, and they take game three 3-1. So they win the series 2 out of 3. That knocked off the opening night of week 1 on there. A couple surprises here or there on there. 3 series. Moving on to night 2 is only 2 series. So Odd Guy back again here. This time taking on Shotgun, who I ranked at the bottom of my power rankings, and I was correct because it's a sweep here. 4-1 game 1, 2-1 game 2, a bit closer there. And then game 3, they put up 9 goals on Will Clapperton's team name. 9-5.
Absolute massacre.
9-5 is the final. I don't know who this Will Clapperton is, man, or who's being transpired on there. But that's one of the teammates people don't like on there. But 9-5 was the final here. So Odd Guy, I want to talk about this team here, Giants. So Married with Children, the team that consists of on here, which are 6-0, the only undefeated team in 239 right now, man. So you got Float part-timer on the left wing, and he splits the night with a newcomer here, a rookie, Dirty Randy, which I didn't even know was in the draft pool. I've heard a lot of good things about this guy
so far. How many games played for Randy?
3. So he splits with Float 1 night each week. You know.
Okay, so Float is part-time too.
Yes, on that left wing
but Float
spot.
is a ringer. I mean, he's absolutely, he's like top 5 in the league, right?
Dude, this guy, we'll get to the top 5 list here shortly, but this guy definitely performed great. So, guys thought maybe when Float's only there halftime, is this guy going to fill in there? And he's done a tremendous job on that left wing spot, maybe even better on there. Then you got Esoteric, man. Our good friend Eso back in the league at that center spot. Who looked like he hasn't lost anything, man. In all this time that he's been out.
How long is he taking off? How long is he taking off for?
Oh my gosh, man. I mean, I don't remember the last time we saw Eso on here. He's won championships. He's won some good titles as well as scoring titles and all that. So he's been up there, man. They call him the Tony Amonte of 239.
Tony Amonte, please. That guy was such a scrub.
And then you got right wing, you got Rocky Dangles. Now, a lot of guys criticize this guy here, too, because he generally plays defense, but he plays wing as well, man.
Didn't he get the overtime wins? Didn't Rocky Dangles get the overtime?
Yeah. And he also put up, I don't know,
such leaders, bro.
Not only that, Jaime. I mean, the freaking guy put up 17 points this week, 14 goals, 3 assists. In the 6 games played, so I think
14 goals and 3 assists. In how many games? 6 games.
6 games, yeah. So he's full time. He's full time on the right there. So I think anybody that criticizes that better just step off on there, man, because this man has been tremendous. Now here's the defense pair. You got Odd Guy and Yam Christ himself. the Albatross man, on there who hasn't won a 239 championship yet, man. 28 seasons, Giant, man.
Listen, the curse could be over this season finally.
Well, that's
And he
the
plays
thing.
solid D. He plays solid D as far as I remember constantly.
He went for one bod here this season, man. So shame on the
Wow.
captains on that. Yambak took note of that.
What happened to Yambag? That he only got one bod.
Nobody else wanted to bid on him. He basically was
Wow.
nominated on there by Odd Guy. Nobody bid on him at all. All the other 8 captains on there just waited
Was it
for
a
the
silent auction or something like that
Yeah,
for Yam
yeah.
Christ? Very strange that one bod.
And it was
Okay.
early on in the draft too, where captains still had
Yeah.
their bod values, so they had, it's not like they were out of money.
And what did they
or-
get? 100 bod? They got
Yeah.
100 bod to start with. Okay.
Yeah. So, so that, and then they get this rookie goaltender, which a lot of guys talked about before the season, and that's
Yeah.
Delhi, who was tremendous on there, except for that third game. But I blame the defense and the offense there giving up those 5 goals. So I think they were trying to put up 10 goals that game on there. Didn't work out. They did score 9 though. So you
Right.
got that team on there. They're 6-0. They're perfect on there. Is this the season,
Amazing.
man? Is this the season finally?
It certainly
pulls
could
through?
be.
Now listen, Yambek's been on some good teams, on some shitty teams. I mean, we had the Church of Yam, which was an absolute disaster on there. Then you had teams that Yambek captained himself. Then you had some solid teams. So you thought this is going to be the season. Now I'm talking about that Broken Back Mountaineers squad, which was tremendous, which had Mashat, Pa, Levins, B. Crips in that. But it
What was the
didn't
name of the
happen.
team? What was the name of the team? The Bareback Mountain?
Yeah, Broken Back Mountaineers or something like that. I forget, man.
Oh man, is that one with that John with Jake Gyllenhaal and that other John who's dead?
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh man, that's so whack, son.
But it didn't work out. I thought that was going to be the season.
Yeah.
So now you look at this, they're 6-0.
Right.
There,
Sure.
Now here's the other thing. He's also has Pale Poner on this team. Pale Poner's a part-time now. Pale Poner has been in, I don't know, Greece or somewhere on vacation for like the last, I don't know, month, 2-3 weeks. He's back though. He's back on there. Now, Pale Poner's a part-time defenseman and goalie. That's it on there.
Yeah, and he normally captains too, right? But I guess since he was away.
Yeah, he generally co-captains on there, but this season he
Okay.
just signed up as a part-time player, man. Shout out to Mosh in the chat there. He says the team
Oh,
is
yeah.
team
Mosh,
is
bro.
fake
Shout out to
news on there. Well, here's what a question I have here. Pale Poner's coming back on this. Now, you're 6-0. Do you mess around with the chemistry on here that you're so hot right now?
No, if
6-0.
it ain't, listen, it's very simplistic to the coaches out there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, okay? It's as simple as that, Holly. I mean, how else can you say it, you know?
I mean, as good as Pale Poner is on there, do you mess around, man? Mess around with the chemistry on there?
No,
you bring
it's
him
foolish.
in, Now, if they do bring him in on this, he would have to be either goalie, but they got a full-time goaltender, so I think the only time he's going to come in
Yeah.
there is Deli's not there,
Mm-hmm.
But then he's got defense. So do you bring him in for Yambag and split the week with Yambag, or Odd Guy takes a break, on there and puts Pale Poner on that? Do you do that, or do you mess around, move around that forward line on there, and bring Pale Poner in, or you just continue to ride this? Does Pale Poner become the bench guy on there, basically just to come in when they need him? When there's guys out or availability is not there, is that the only time that you bring Pale Poner in, or do you mix them in on the rotation here?
I don't know. I will stand by that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But you don't want it if they're gonna need Pale Poner at some point too. You don't want him to just to be so rusty. If he just came from Greece or Crete or wherever he just came from, you got to at least practice with Pale Poner. That's my opinion. Mm-hmm. At least try to get him to do some practice games, even if it's only 3 of you on the squad. Just so he shakes some of the rust off and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
because you didn't say anything that he had access to his Xbox or anything like that
No.
while he was on vacation. So that's very concerning. Very concerning, Hollywood.
I know he's been eating great. He's been posting a lot of pictures and stuff on there. But if I'm odd guy on this squad, I keep Pale Poner as a bench guy here, man.
Yeah.
And I think that pressure on there is what has made guys like Yambak step it up on here, man. To play the defense role. Now, was it a fluke week here? Are we going to see Yambak go back to his self again, where you do bring in Pale Poner on there? Is that going to happen, man? You know, I mean, week
Now,
one.
how many bot did Pale go for? You recall,
I
or
think
no?
like 10 or 15, somewhere around there, man.
Okay, that's pretty decent price for Pale
part-time
Poner, for
guy,
a part-timer.
You know,
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
part-time
worth
guys went high in this draft, but
Sure,
nonetheless,
sure.
you know, so that transpired. I think that's what you go with, man. I don't think you mess things around, man. If Dirty Randy continues to perform the way he is, if Float continues beyond terror, and Rocky Dangles continues so far they have, man, on there, we'll see what happens, man. Some guys think otherwise, man, and you know that the curse may still be on there. We'll continue here that this season's not it. I don't know. Is Esoteric the answer finally to lift that curse? We'll see what happens.
I certainly think he's a part of the solution. I will say that he's certainly part of the solution to break the curse.
Absolutely, man. So that took care of that on there. Now they beat Shotgun's team, which is 0-3 right now. You know, but they gave up 5 goals in one of those games on there. So. We want to see more, man. I want to see what happens here in week 2. But nonetheless, a solid week for those guys. You know, you can't take that away. This is where it gets fun, Giant, man. Going into this next series and involves our boy Tomahawk again. His second series here. This time against Big C and the Cocaine Care Bears here. So, game 1, Cocaine Care Bears take it 6-1. Absolute blowout. They dominate there. Game 2, a bit closer, but still 3-1 final. Okay. Now, here's what happens. After game 2, they got this rookie guy, man. Bill's Mafia is the name of the gamer tag. First time here, 239. Looked pretty good in the scouting games, scouting combines on there. Was talked about, on there. And in my draft analysis, I said, if this team's going to be any good, man, this guy's got to perform on there. Well, we know they got swept in that first week, right? Then they take 2 losses here right off the back on there. Bill's Mafia, I don't know if he left the game on there, but said he did not want to play anymore at that point, to not even finish the series, game 3. This is when Yambak himself gets the call on there. You know, shit's going down here, and we got a Rule 1 being done here in opening week. And this guy puts his team on blast here, man. And one in particular, the defense he calls out here, which... You might her name on here is Renfree, but you might know her as Rev Hellcat or Holy Diver, who's been in freaking I don't know, Giant. What's it got to be, like 10 years over plus that we've seen?
Oh man, yeah, it's been a crazy time. I can't believe it.
And he calls her the worst defenseman ever in the league on here.
And she eats it, right? She still plays, right?
Yeah, no, she does, man. And probably one of the nicest persons here to
I remember when she had her team, the 2 cans of whoop ass. What a great name.
Listen, when you go through a season with that, man, I gotta agree with you. But so shots are fired on there. I watched the tape, man. I watched the games on there, and you know what I saw, Giant? I saw a guy take the puck, try too much, do with the puck, and just continue to lose it in that offensive zone. Turn the puck over.
Is that what Bill's Mafia was doing?
Yeah.
Is that what Bill's Mafia?
Yeah. So he gets the Rule 1 post right off the back on there, man. And what happens now? So Tommy's got a situation where he's a man short, so he's got to go pick up a waiver Roman steps up, and they actually win the next game 4-3 in overtime to get their first win. With Bills Mafia off the team on there now, Roman added on there, and
So
he picked
Roman
up, I think,
stepped it
also
up. And
RJ.
what was the stat line on that? What was the stat line on that game? Who got the what was
The
final on
waiver.
that?
The waiver film gets the overtime winner actually in there, man. So
Oh, thank goodness.
maybe it's
Well,
an
shout out to
improvement here for
Roman. Shout out
ISIS.
to Roman.
You know, maybe it's an improvement.
Now,
here
are they allowed to keep him on their roster or no?
Yeah, he
Because of
does.
the Bills Mafia Rule 1?
Yeah. So,
Nice.
So he's got the basically, you could pick up anybody there off the waivers. That's
You have
been
to. If you start the
undrafted.
season 0-6, I
Yeah.
mean, you're already in the gutter. Morale's in the sewer already. So thank God they had an opportunity. They stepped it up big time in overtime of Game 3 in the second series, and that's exactly what they needed. Hopefully they have a good week this week too, Hollywood.
Yeah. And I don't think it was a bad week. I mean, he had
No,
two
if you're going 0-6, it's a bad week, buddy. I'm sorry.
Well, he's got one win. He's got 2 overtime losses on there, so
Yeah.
he's got 4 points on this. Yes, it could have been better, absolutely on there. But I think now it's only you could only go up from here, from this point. So we'll see with Tommy. I mean, there's still a lot of season to go here through that. But Rafael Cat definitely not the worst defenseman. I mean, that comment on there was just crazy. It was out there. Shout out to
It was, people get emotional and they say dumb stuff like that. They just can't help themselves.
Absolutely. Well, it is what it is, man. So
Yeah.
So that wraps up night 2 on there on June 13th. The final 2 nights on the 14th, we had 2 series again here. A clean sweep here. Lemansky comes back after losing 3 overtime games against Married with Children. He comes here, takes all 3 here. 4-1, 3-1, and 2-1 against Hall of Fame squad. No pucks given. Who's co-captain there with Turtle. Very surprised here, but they took the sweep. Good looked tremendous, and that's the thing. So here's this team, Giant. What Lemansky
Good
did
always played good though, didn't he?
Yeah. What Lemansky did here, Giant, man.
Yeah.
You know how much guys he drafted in this pool? 3.
How many?
3.
Oh.
That's it. He spent all his bods on 3, and then the rest he just picked up from the undrafted on there. So people were like, "What the hell is he doing?" You know what I mean? But he's a guy. Hey, he's not gonna sit around 2-3 hours in a draft, right? He was there for maybe good 20, 25 minutes, and he was done on there. But he got some top talent, man. He got top talent. He's got the highest paid forward there in Freak. He's got good part-time guy there, along with another Legion, not the Legion that we are accustomed to,
right.
But tremendous start. Listen, on here with good, this team looked very good on there to get the sweep. To rebound after those 3 overtime losses. So I think that was solid. And then the second series here, Scary Terry again, this time against Wizzy War. 3-2 overtime win for It Wasn't Me. Game 2 going to third strap, 3-2 in overtime. And then the final game 3 here, the rubber game. It's 4-0 shutout for Drug Monkey, the only shutout here this week in this game. So Scary Terry sweeps his first series and then wins this one here, 2 of 3. Great start for these guys. Their only loss is an overtime loss now. So they're 5-0-1. Now here's a team where Scary Terry, Giant, when he went into the draft, he had like 50 or 60 bots still left that he did not use. So people were like, holy shit, like, what is he doing? How this team's gonna suck, right? I mean, when you leave
Because
that much.
theoretically, you're supposed to have as close as you can as 0 for bods.
And he did the direct opposite. So he had all these spots. So they're like, he could have drafted, pretty much anybody. You know what I mean? Would it have improved to his defense on there? He's like, hey, he wanted these guys. He got the guys he bid on, and that nobody else. You don't control the bidding, right? You know what I mean? You don't control the bidding. What happens on there? What the other captains do. Now, looking at his team, I think the reason why that happened, he ended up drafting full-time guys, man. He ended up drafting full-time players where, in this draft pool in particular, the part-time guys went for a lot. People were bidding like crazy. Very talented part-time draft pool in this season 28. So he went the full-time route, so he didn't have to pay that much for the guys that he got. And right now, you look at this team like, hey, maybe he's right, man. Maybe he's right here. They're 5-0-1, man. 5-0-1. Hey, so he had 60 bods left, still on his, in that bank account there. It's not something that he could transfer to the next season or not, you know what I mean? But they're looking good, Giant, man.
Sounds like it to me. Certainly sounds like it to me.
And then to wrap things up, final night, one series. Thirst Trap against No Pucks Given. Thirst Trap take it 4-1. They take game 2 4-2 as well. But then No Pucks Given prevent the sweep. They win 3-1 in game 3. C-Dub looked tremendous in this series. They looked a whole lot better here in the second game here. No Pucks Given, though, struggle here so far. So as we look at the standings here, man, after week 1, you got Married with Children, number 1, 6-0, 12 points. Scary Terry running It Wasn't Me, are 5-0-1 with 11 points, only 1 point behind. Then you got the Cocaine Care Bears, defending champ, Big C, who's 4-1-1 with 9 points. Jimmy's Pizza, led there by Lemansky, also with 9 points. They're 3-0-3 after a 0-0-3 start to go to 9 points. And then Thirst Trap, led there by Wizzy War, with 7 points. They're 3-2-1. Those are your top 5. And then below them, you got ISIS with 4 points, 1-3-2. Ratterlay with Win or Retire are 1-2. They only played 3 games this week, only 2 points. Zero Pucks Given, 1-5 with 2 points. Very surprised there. And then Will Clapperton's
I am too.
Led by Shotgun, 0-3, 0 points for them here after week 1 here.
Yeah, you know what's also concerning, that they didn't play 2 series last week,
Yeah.
So what are they going to have to do? They're going to have to play 3 series this week?
Yeah. You know what it is? I think because there's also 9 teams. It's that uneven teams. So I think that's why some weeks plus maybe guys rescheduled. But I think it's more of the 9 teams. There's one team that's not going to play the 2 series each week. So I think each team's that's going to happen.
So everybody takes it.
Unless you got even teams, then that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? But with that, I think that's the reason. I don't think there was reschedules, but more of that. But listen, it's just week 1 on here, so we can't really analyze much what happens on there, but that's what it is. Now, what I got here for you guys, I know guys like my top 5 rankings for the draft pool. I did it for the pre-draft on there, so I'm bringing it back here tonight. Top 5 in each position. Top 5 at your left wing, at your center, at your right wing spot, lefty, all that broken down based on so far that we have seen that. We're going to change these rankings as the season goes by. So if you improve on there, or if you're in a slump, you may either go up or down in the rankings. Now, we use a rating system. I'm not going to release that rating system on how this is calculated, but there is a calculation to this madness here on how we came about with the player ratings. And like I said, you could either improve, stay the same, or decrease, drop down on there. And it's going to be basically how you finish. At the end of the season, if you could make it to that top 5 category. So right now, if you're not on the list, doesn't mean you can't get on it. You just gotta, step your game up.
Only
on there.
week 1, fellas.
Or we haven't seen much yet. Yeah, of those. So let me bring that up here. Your top 5 at each position after week number 1. So going on here at the left wing spot, you got Shem of the Cocaine Care Bears, 94 rating. Your number 1 left winger here after week 1. Below him, Booty Clappin for It Wasn't Me, 89 rating. And then Lemansky, the captain for Jimmy's Pizza, 88 ranking there right below at number 3. Dirty Randy, part-time guy there, makes the top 5 here, number 4. With Married with Children at 85. And then C-Dub, another part-time guy there, at the 5th place ranking there. Very close here, but Shem takes the cake so far here after week 1. No surprise. This guy went for a lot here in this draft. And he's had solid seasons so far. He hasn't had a bad season yet that I could think of. So that's the left wing top 5. Let me know what you guys think. Let's move on here to the center spot. And the return of Esoteric. Rating of 91, number 1 center here after week 1 for Married with Children.
Not shocking either. Not shocking at all.
And then number 2, we got a rookie, a new guy for It Wasn't Me. Why is It Wasn't Me 5-0-1? Well, this guy has 2 overtime winners. He put up some very tremendous numbers at that center spot. I'm talking about Joey Shiny with 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. 2 game-winning goals here. He's at number 2 with 90 rating. Wizzy War, captain for Thirsty Trap, at the number 3 spot. And then A1 Freak, also a tremendous week there for him. He's at the number 4, highest paid player here in this season, 88. And then Mashot Pa, part-time only, but does crack the top 5 centers here after week 1, 82 ranking there, top 5. And once again, we will adjust the ratings here as the weeks go by. So that's your centers, top 5. Congrats to Esoteric. And then at the right wing, no question here. I think this, we got it right on the dot. 90 rating, Rocky Dangles, which we discussed earlier on here. Number 1, Big C Belome for the Cocaine Care Bears. Then you got Scary Terry, also had a good solid week here. Number 3. And then newcomer Choco Brown for Jimmy's Pizza. Who
Incredible gamer tag.
Yeah, and he had an incredible
game.
9-2 for Jimmy's Pizza. 81 rankings.
Oh, man.
He's number 4. And then Highlight was an absolute steal there, I think, for Wizzy. Number 5, 80 ranking. So there's your top 5 right wingers after week 1. Moving on to the defensive side, lefty, Odd Guy, 89
Hollywood,
ranking.
I think you should really combine this. You should have 1 top 5 for the forwards, 1 top 5 for the defense, just for the future, and 1 top 5 for the goalies. This is excessive, bro.
Yeah, here's the thing: we may change. Hey, that's a good point, and I like to hear.
Yeah, it's really excessive. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I like to hear the criticism on there. Well, that's fine. That's fine because listen.
Yeah, because it's less. There's less opportunity for people to trash talk when they know top 5 offense, top 5 defense. Right. Top 5 goalies.
It's harder to make the list, right? Too. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, but they're all ranked up there. That you say they got 94%. Yeah. Center Iso's got 94%. Left wing was not Frosty Dangles. What the hell was his name?
Rocky.
Rocky.
But yeah, no. I mean, listen. We could always adjust that. I mean, I was thinking 2 separate things.
My recommendation for the future. That's my recommendation.
I was thinking about doing either a top 25 of all, despite what position, just top 25, or doing like you said,
your mind, son.
Or doing like you said, a forward, defense, goalie.
Yeah, with 9 teams. Come on, Hollywood.
Yeah,
let's be practical, bro. You have 12 or 13 teams, or you know what I'm saying? 12, 13. 16 teams. All right, then we're cooking.
Then you know,
right.
Top
5 each position.
Correct. Okay. Hey, listen. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at these baby back ribs on the cooking channel. They look banging.
Oh man.
Unbelievable.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. I know somebody else posted ribs or something in the Discord as well, man. There's some
Nice.
good food posts there as well. Ribs saying top 10 instead. Hey, yeah, we could do that instead. Maybe top 10.
Yeah.
Do a 10 instead of 5, but do it just forward defense and goalie. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
So it's like top 15 instead of 25. Yeah.
on the lefty spot, odd guy, there's Trey at number 2. Ken Dange on here being picked up with the waivers. Cracks the top 3 here for Cocaine Care Bears. I thought he had a solid week. Adam Haywire at number 4 for Thirst Trap. And then Renfree, not the worst defenseman, still in the top 5. But I'd like to see her move up the ranks here. 80 rating there at the top 5. Still cracks the top 5 though. And then at the right D spot, Yam Bag here, man. 91 rating, man.
Killing it.
Right
Killing
defense,
it. Yeah,
man.
it's really well deserved. Well deserved.
Absolutely, man. And I haven't seen that name on here in the rankings, so good stuff for him, man. I'm excited about that. I mean, he had 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points, a plus 10 on the plus and minus, 0 penalty minutes on here. Not even 2 minutes in the penalty box. So Yambak definitely stepping up his game, and maybe he senses, hey, Pale Poland's gonna be back. He wants to keep that right D spot, man. So
Yeah, have to. Yeah.
then we got Buck Neeson at the number 2 for It Wasn't Me. I'm not even good part-time player, but it's solid week for him. 88 ranking. I see him moving up. Gala, number 4. And then Dominator Silva, still in the top 5 here at the right defensive spot.
Shout out to Dominator Silva.
And then lastly, the
Wolf dog.
goaltending on here. Drug Monkey, number 1 here after week 1. Solid week for him. 5 wins, in net there for It Wasn't Me. He's the only goaltender with that shutout win. Tremendous numbers. I think he had like an 86 save percentage. So he's still ripping it. And then Still Wogold, number 2. Delhi at number 3. Turbo also had a good week there for Jimmy's Pizza. And then Grazer for Thirst Trap at the number 5. There's your top 5 goalies. And lastly here, besides the top 5 giant here, I did a team of the week. Basically what this is, it's like the dream team, like the best of the best at each spot. So if you were going to put like a team together based on this week's performance, on the week 1 performance, and basically it's going to be the top 5 guys that I had, at each spot. So there's no question about this. So your team of the week is right here. Shem at the left wing spot, 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points, 19 hits. Esoteric with 13 points there at the center spot. Rocky Dangles, which I mentioned, 17 points, the most this week at the right wing. Odd Guy and Yambak, both on that Married with Children squad. Odd Guy with 30 hits this week, man. 6 points, Yambak with 9 points, and then Drug Monkey, your goalie. So there's your team of the week for week number 1. Now these things will change because week 2, we will base this, on the week 2 performance as opposed to that top 5 squad. But since it's only 1 week, it's going to be pretty much the same. So let me know what you guys think of that on there. It's a new thing bringing out here to, guys like to see their name giant. They like to see, that they're in the top 5 or their names on there, as always, right?
Yeah. Yeah, without question, guys. That's all we got. I don't have anything else, Hollywood. You got anything else or no?
No, those were the last slides I had on there. Max
we'll
asking, where's D-Mart? Listen, D-Mart had a good week. He's playing defense this season. They had that night 2, man, was tremendous. If you watch that series, I don't know how they lost game 3. Against 0 pucks given, but those first 2 games, C-Dub with Wizzy and highlight was just, oh my God, man. As good as that defense is on that 0 pucks given, I mean, they were tremendous. No D Mart here. Maybe D Mart will have here for week
Step it up this week.
week number 2.
Week number
He's only
2.
part-time, man. He's only part-time,
Yeah,
too.
it doesn't matter, but the other guys are too, and they're making top 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's possible to get up there.
Right, absolutely.
That's all.
Absolutely. All right, well, that's going to do it on here. Giant, listen, man, I appreciate you coming on here for this week, going over the topics, the week 1 recap.
Do it next weekend too, guys. If you got time, let's do it this same bat time, same bat channel, fellas.
Absolutely. All right, fellas.
All right, guys, make sure you continue to check us out. www.239hockey.net. Follow us on Twitter at 239hockey. Mr. Hollywood, Guy918, signing out. Have a good night, everybody.